Welcome back to Burning River Bushcraft. Let's take a look at the December 2022 Apocabox. So this one may very well be under your Christmas tree. So the box kind of snuck up on me this month. We've been getting packages from items we've ordered for Christmas, and when I saw this get dropped off, I really didn't think twice about it. And it wasn't till I saw that it came from Apocabox that I got really excited. Let's pop it open and see what's inside. So here it is, right on top. We're going to pull the sheet off. So here's the paper with the December 2022 Apocabox. And looks like there's some type of like a spice container. That's pretty freaking cool. Right off the rip, it kind of gives you some idea what's in the box. So inside we completely break down the box and it goes over what everything is if you had any questions about it. And there's a survival skills challenge as well. Camel poop survival fire starters is going to be the skill. So that's kind of a new one to me, but I'm all about fire. I love fire starters, and this might be something I get to add to my personal menu of fire starting techniques. I don't think camel poop is something that I usually go with. So right on top of the box, I see a couple of cable snares. These are the hair snares. Very well built. I've got a double ferrule on the bottom so I can adjust the loop. So I can wrap this around something. I could tighten this over a stake and have less chance of the snare slipping off. I've got a tube snare support as well. Nice locks here. So these hair snares are made by Southern Snare, and it's actually perfect timing for this. Trapping season is in full swing right now. So make sure you check your local and state regulations, because rabbit trapping actually is not legal in my area, but you certainly can use cable snares. And I can use a versatile snare like this. This will probably hold a raccoon. I could target possum. Cable snares are wonderful to have for trapping or for survival trapping for that matter. If you look how thin that is, this is an outstanding snare, and I'm happy to see it in the box. Next thing out of the box, I wasn't quite sure what it was. This is an MODL infinity tool. So this is kind of like a multi-purpose clip. You can wear this like a bracelet. There's pictures where it shows it being used as a sandal strap. So you could attach this to your pack. This would work really well on a canoe. This would work. I could keep this in my haversack. I could use this around a bedroll. Pretty cool. Definitely multifunctional. This is pretty darn stretchy. I look forward to putting this thing in use. So next up, this feels like a Twig stove. I'm pretty familiar with this style of stove. I have a bag here. This is going to be the bottom piece. I've got three sides that are identical, and then I have a front, and the front's got the Apocabox logo. And then I've got cross pieces for the top. That's going to help you support a smaller pot or a cup on top of the stove. So here's that Twig stove put together. And you see our cross piece here, so this will support just a canteen cup as well as a bigger pot. So this bottom piece here, you can use this with an Esbit tab. But what I use these most of the time with is just picking sticks right off the ground. This is way more efficient than an open fire. And I don't know what the weight is in this, but this thing is definitely light enough where you would hardly notice that you're carrying it. Also, we have a Christmas card from Creek. There's Creek and his family and a sheep on a tree, which is always a bonus. And be ready for anything. So this looks like the cover girl here. This is going to be the spice rack that was on the cover. So this is waxed canvas, which is kind of cool, kind of my thing. I've got a couple buttons here and a string that I just dropped. And here is our spice rack. So I've got 4 cork jars and 5 on the bottom here are screw tops. So that's pretty slick. I've really been upping my kitchen game, my outdoor cooking game here lately. And that stove is definitely going to help. But the spice rack this is nothing I've got. So I am usually pretty low buck when it comes to spices. I mean, I've got salt, pepper, and usually that's about it. But something like this is definitely gonna up my ante. So there's a bunch of items here, and I'm just gonna dive into them. I can't really see which one's which. So let's get the directions out of this thing first. All right, so this is from Reptile Toolworks, and this is the Camel Poo fire starting kit. So this is interesting. You know, this is definitely going to be a follow-up video here. So this is a wooden mold. So reading this directions clears a little bit up. I had this here, and this is sawdust. I've got wax, and I've got some rope as well. And then I've got the mold, and I've got directions. So you know for a fact I'm going to be doing this on video. So I'll break this down, and we'll learn how to make it together, and then we'll give it a test. This next item is the 18-in-1 snowflake multi-tool. So I've got Allen wrenches, I've got wrench heads, I've got screwdriver heads. So this is definitely something I'm going to be putting into my urban kit. I guess I could hang that on the tree temporarily, but this is going to go out, and I'll just throw this right in my normal urban carry bag, and we'll see if this thing comes in handy. It's Christmas time, so we're going to be getting a knife as well. So this is the rust-free stainless steel woods knife. So let's see what this thing looks like. All right, so that is similar to a Barlow, maybe. I guess would be the closest knife I've seen to this style. And that's not really a ferro rod scraper on the bottom. Kind of a choil, I guess. So this is definitely a non-offensive knife, which is kind of important in an urban situation. You could just use this to cut your steak at lunch and not really scare anybody with a fancy tactical knife. So this is pretty cool. You could definitely keep this sharpened and just keep it in your food prep is probably what I'm going to do with it. But a nice slip joint folding knife. And there is a ton in the box this month. This is waxed repair line. So I thought this was bank line, but this is not. If you sew leather or ever go to a leather shop, this is more what you're looking at there. So this is a waxed repair line. And it's a small enough roll that you can actually do a good sized job with this, but this isn't overly large where you couldn't just put this whole roll right into a repair kit. So this box is really shaping up nice. I did not know what this was. And again, I don't really read the paperwork. I just kind of pull the stuff out and look. But I've got a camp stove here. Look how small that is. So this runs on those little fuel cans, and it's got a striker on it. And this one actually flips in and out. So if I had a smaller cup, I could leave them flipped in. If I had a larger pot with me, I could turn this out and have a larger footprint. That is cool. After seeing the Twig burner, I never could have imagined that we're getting 2 stoves this month. So let's pop this open. This looks like a compass. So that is pretty cool. There is a how to use a compass course included with this. So there's a link in the box. But again, this would be a major item in any box, and to have this with the Twig stove, with the regular stove, I really wasn't expecting this at all. I have a small tin of leather wax here. This is Mama Outback's leather wax, and this is from Shackle Homestead Leatherworks, and they're in Ohio as well. So it's pretty cold out right now, but this is a firm wax. So I assume this is going to have to be put on with a little bit of heat. But when you wax a leather sheath, not only does it protect it, but it makes it look that much better. There was a discount code for 10% off from Shackle Homestead Leatherworks. So I'll probably follow up and use that leather wax on one of my projects in a shorter video. And we got one box left here. And man, these Apocaboxes are always something I look forward to getting, but this thing just kept coming. The box was heavy, which is always a good sign. But I didn't think there could be anything more. And look at this. I have a sharpening puck. So I like using these pucks, especially on axes, but this is 1000 grit and 2000 grit. The one that I traditionally carry and use is pretty coarse, and it's okay. It's got a medium side, I guess. The coarse side really wouldn't be that useful unless you were to damage your axe head hitting a rock or something. But this thing should really hone out and keep a knife or an axe razor sharp. So this box is rivaling my favorite of all times. This thing is just loaded with gear. And if you are new to the channel, maybe you just scrolled across this, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment in the comment box, and ring the bell to be notified of my latest videos. You can find short videos that I make on YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Instagram, as well as on Facebook. So check me out there at Burning River Bushcraft. I also teach classes at Outdoorcore.com. Now, I do a little more in-depth reviews on some of these Apocabox items in my short videos, as well as most of the projects. So if you kind of want to see some more of something, you can leave me a comment in the comment box. But definitely check me out on any of those other platforms, and you'll probably see all of this stuff in the future. So if you're looking at this box and thinking, man, I wish I would have got one of those. I really want this or I really want that. Sometimes Creek has some extra stuff and extra boxes and extra pieces, parts, and they are on his website. So you can head over to Apocabox, check them out there. But the only way that you know you're going to get the box that I'm opening is to pre-order it and get that thing ahead of time. So go ahead, sign up. This is a bi-monthly survival subscription box. So every other month, you're going to get an awesome box like this in the mail. And this is going to be hard to top. I cannot wait to see what they have in store for us in the next Apocabox. Till next time, this has been Jamie Boggs with Burning River Bushcraft. See you soon.